Hello and welcome this informational video about logic bombs. This video has been created for the course Data Security by Jordi Speakert. Over here you see what we will talk about in this video. First of all, we will find out what logic bombs are. After that we will take a closer look to how they work. When this subject is finished, we will look at which logic bombs have been successfully used in the world. Afterwards, we will talk about the danger of logic bombs in today's society. Finally, I shall show a small demo of a homemade logic bomb. A logic bomb is a piece of code that is intentionally inserted into software systems. These will set off a malicious function when certain specified conditions are met. An example of this is, a programmer might hide a piece of code that will delete contents from the company's server if he were to be terminated from the company. This example is achievable by using a database trigger. Viruses and worms also contain logic bombs most of the time. These execute certain payloads at predefined times or whenever a specified condition is met. This allows a virus or worm to spread unnoticed for a longer time. Such code is only considered a logic bomb if it is unwanted and when the users who use the program do not know of its existence. This means that trial programs that disable functionality after a set period of time are not considered logic bombs, although they use the same methodology.
A logic bomb is also known as slag code because that's all that is left after it detonates. It's not a virus, although it behaves like one. A logic bomb will lie dormant until a specified event occurs, like previously explained. These events can be caused by two kinds of triggers, positive and negative. A positive trigger is one where the bomb will detonate when it's a certain date, or when certain data is removed. A negative trigger is one where a user fails to input a certain command by a certain date. Negative triggers are considered the most dangerous of all. This is because, if the user who has to input the command has something happen to him and cannot come to work, he or she will be unable to input the command, accidentally setting off the logic bomb. This makes the use of these kinds of triggers much riskier, and whenever a logic bomb goes off, the damage will be irreparable most of the time. Since logic bombs don't have much use outside of targeting specific networks or computers, they are often restricted into the network itself. The downside of this is that since logic bombs don't need to multiply, they are much easier to implement. Up until now there are only 3 logic bombs which have been successfully set off, causing massive damage. The first one was discovered by Mark Rusinovich. He found out that Sony BMG had put a logic bomb in their music CDs, which installed insecure software without the users knowing it. The software monitored the listening habits of the user so that they could use this information to have more effective marketing strategies. The problem was that this logic bomb opened paths remotely on the user's computer, allowing other malicious software to exploit this. Roughly 22 million CDs were distributed. The second one was created by Roger Duronio, a system admin who worked for UBS. His logic bomb was designed to damage the company's computer network and drive down the stock value of the company. He did this because he bought stocks of other companies which would rise in value if the stocks of his own company decreased in value. The bomb was set off, but luckily, the damage wasn't as bad as predicted. The last known attempt of a successful logic bomb was in an attack against South Korea, which wiped the hard drives and master boot records of 3 banks and 2 media companies at the same time. This logic bomb was also capable of wiping Linux machines. Logic bombs are quite dangerous in today's society since almost everything is based by now. If a man were to successfully use a logic bomb to wipe all the bank's records, or decrease stock values of companies like Roger Duronio tried, the economy could be heavily affected, throwing global order into disarray. For living in such a technology-based world, there isn't enough security when it comes to these things, allowing hackers and other people with bad intentions to exploit the software, hardware, and all other based tools we use if they know how to. The biggest danger of all is that logic bombs, while doing heavy damage, are easily made and hard to detect. Theoretically, there could be backdoors in all our phones right now caused by a logic bomb from the company itself, and we would have no way of knowing.
Hello. Hello. Now for a demo I shall give a demonstration of 3 types of logic bombs. I have pre-made them. I'll explain how they work right now. The first kind is one that keeps looping a program in your PC. So you always start a bomb with at echo of. I use line CLS, so when you open this file, it doesn't show up in the command prompt, so it's completely unknown to the user that opens it or accidentally opens it, you know. If you want to make a program start on loop, like let's say I want infinite times of notepad, you shall first type double point A, start notepad.exe and go to A. What this will do is it will always start notepad.exe, return to A, start, return to A, start. It will keep looping until your PC crashes. You can do this with other files too, like Internet Explorer, because everybody hates Internet Explorer and all that. If you want to add a message to it, you can add echo your message and then pause. This will make the message show up in your command prompt. Now, to show that it actually works, I will do it without the looping. So I'll remove these two lines so my PC doesn't crash. I'll save this. You save this file as a .bat file, otherwise it will not work. So this is logicbomb.bat. I have it standing here. I will open it right now, and as you can see, my notepad started by itself and the message appears on my command prompt. Now, to remove files, which is a bit more interesting. Also the same method of working, at echo off, CLS so it doesn't show up in command prompt, a message, and the line here is remove directory. Slash S and slash Q are so that you don't have to ask for permission and all subfiles will also be deleted. And then the pathway to the file you want to delete. So I go to my desktop, I want to delete a folder called important files. As you can see, it's standing here. It has a file in there, don't delete this .text, so you know that it's actually working. This bomb, I shall now use it, remove bomb.dat, and as you can see, the file disappears. There's also another kind of bomb that's triggered, like previously explained, the positive and negative triggers. This is a positive trigger, so if your date is not equal to the 15th of November in 2017, exit. You don't do anything. But if it is equal to this date, which is tomorrow, as you can see here, for me it's tomorrow, it shall format my hard drive, my e-hard drive, and then it will exit. So this will format a whole hard drive. Now I will not showcase this for obvious reasons, but this shows how easy logic bombs are to make and how dangerous they can be.